Disney Fandom Panel. Show of hands, how many of you before today consider yourself part of the Disney fandom? Hopefully by the end of the panel, all of you will be having your hands up. But we are lucky enough to have some Disney fans here that are part of the Disney fandom in different ways. So let's start by having them introduce themselves.
I'll start. Well, my name is Patrick, and I have 4 other people next to me who we all share in a YouTube collab channel that is all about Disney called Thingamavlogs, so that's where we'll live too.
I'm Sarah. I do Disney YouTube on I'm Sarah Snitch, my personal channel, and also Thingamavlogs, which, as Patrick said, is just a collab channel. It's the 4 of us. We post videos every day of the week about Disney, and it's great.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Leo Camacho, and I do my own YouTube channel, Mr. Leo Zombie. I do Thingamavlogs with these cats, and I'm normally Prince Eric with Tracy Hines. That's another thing. And I DisneyBound a whole lot. And hashtag eyebrows. Everybody. I'm Mr. Leo Zombie. Hashtag eyebrows 2016. I was there.
Hey guys. I'm Tiffany Mink, I go by Tiff. Oh! I'm part of Thingamavlogs with these kids, as you heard 4 times now, so Thingamavlogs, Thingamavlogs, Thingamavlogs. And I have my own clothing company called Who's It's and What's It's. Wow, that was pretty cool.
I'm Leslie Kay, and I'm the blogger behind the blog DisneyBound. That was a really modest way of saying I invented Disney bounding. Hey, I'm BrizzyVoices. I'm a voice actor as well as a YouTuber. I've done a bunch of Disney-related videos, Disney princess impressions, and Frozen covers and whatever.
I had to take the binky out of my mouth. But I'm Roger. I go by Roger's Base on Twitter and on YouTube. I primarily do anime and gaming reviews, but then I started doing some Disney stuff and started reviewing Once Upon a Time. Hopefully there's some fans out there of Once Upon a Time. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go.
Hi there, I'm Jon Cozart. I'm crashing this panel. Yeah, but I make some Disney parodies online. I made the After Ever After and After Ever After 2. Thanks. And I go by youtube.com/paint if you want to look up stuff that I do. Thanks. Oh, thank you.
And I am Aldrin, the moderator of this panel. My name is Aldy, so feel free to call me that from now on. So just so you know, the way that this panel is going to work, we have questions for the whole group, individual questions, and then I think if we have time, we're going to open it up to questions at the end as well as some trivia. So make sure you know your Disney facts. But first question for everyone. In what ways has the Disney community changed or grown since you started becoming involved in it?
Who wants to start?
We don't all have to answer it, just whoever has the most time.
Can you repeat the question?
Phone a friend. In what ways has the Disney community changed or grown since you started becoming involved in it?
I got a pretty easy answer to that. I think Frozen got way more popular. That's pretty much the one thing I noticed.
I would say definitely like YouTube and the internet, because I mean that's how we're kind of all connected is through social media and just the internet, and I guess besides Disneyland, it's like an online place where we all can meet.
It's become more than like Disney's marketing. It's now like we're taking it and like we're making our own community from it. It's not just like Disney marketing it to us. We're like evolving it from there.
One thing's for sure, I have a lot more friends that want to watch Disney movies now.
Yeah.
and especially at the parks specifically, it just has become this like physical manifestation of running into people that just know about the online community, not just fans of Disney, but they saw that same video that you saw or they're in DisneyBound. They give you that knowing nod like, yeah, I know what you're doing. And they, how do you like my outfit? And it just becomes this open dialogue between all these fans. And that certainly didn't exist to the degree that it does now when I first started doing all of it. So it's really cool.
Yeah, I'm seeing like so many articles now about Disney bounding. So you go to the parks and you see 1,000 times more of them. Everyone's just way more into this sort of underground Disney community than I feel like when I got into it.
Now it's like going super mainstream.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like 1 or 2 people at this panel, but like, I feel like there are fans out there.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm just stoked there's other adult Disney fans in the world, and we all feel a little less crazy. That we're all
Where like
share this.
the first showing of like Good Dinosaur.
Yeah, we all cried during Inside Out, and we all like had to explain to our 5-year-old cousins like why we're crying.
I don't sorry, not sorry.
All right, and at an event at Comikaze, we see that there's a whole bunch of different fandoms. So how does the Disney fandom differ from other fandoms you're involved in, and what makes the Disney fandom special?
Mermaids.
There are mermaids in Harry
I'm not even in any other fandom. The ship has sailed on my Harry Potter. Like I didn't get on that one.
Yeah, it was a Jolly Roger, by the way.
I didn't get into Star Wars. Like I literally am just Disney fandom. I'm like, oh, there's other fandoms.
Well, that's where I feel really blessed because I was a huge Marvel and Star Wars fan first, and now I'm like, oh, great, they consolidated.
Brizzy, maybe you can help me with this answer, but my other big fandom is the Harry Potter fandom, which is extremely special in its own way. But what's different, I think, from the Disney fandom to the Harry Potter fandom is that Harry Potter is not over, but there's less new things happening all the time, where with Disney, like, we get excited about new movies and new rides and new everything, like, even the teeny, like, changes to character costumes at Disneyland, like, we get so pumped about it, and there's new stuff happening all the time, and I think it's something that's always going to be happening with Disney, and that's what differs amongst
Any fandom, when you can get excited when you discover an extra color on Bing Bong's lapel flower.
I was just going to say, really quick, to hop off what Sarah was saying, is like my other big fandom is Nintendo, and I'm sure there's some people but I mean, I think I can speak for a lot of people right now, like, man, Nintendo has been screwing up recently. We haven't had the Nintendo Direct, we haven't had more Smash Brothers information, so for me, it's like all the cool news has kind of been sucked out of it, so now for me, it's great because I love Star Wars, that's been consolidated into Disney, and now I'm just like, loving life, waiting for Force Awakens. So.
You guys heard of Star Wars?
Yeah. I think what's also cool and different about the Disney fandom in general is just the history behind it versus so many other fandoms. Like, what other fandoms really go back to like 40s?
Yeah, it's a legacy fandom. Cool. Marvel, but that's Disney now, so you can't.
I mean, I'm sure people have been really into cats for like so long.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Disney has so many cats. We're gonna do a cat week on Thingamavlogs.
All right, and you guys kind of touched on this with the internet and stuff, but how have you been able to make new friends through the Disney fandom?
I literally wouldn't know any of these people. I wouldn't know my boyfriend. Not for Disney. So.
I was going to say, if Sarah didn't subscribe to me after I did a Frozen cover, and I didn't find Sarah, and then we didn't meet on Twitter, and then I met Leo, and then I met everybody else, like, I don't know, I wouldn't be sitting here with all you guys. Wonderful, wonderful people.
There's literally a video on our channel of Leo and Sarah saying how they met, and it was through Instagram.
Because all the Prince Eric.
I was like, dreams really can't come true, you guys.
Wishes. But we meet at the parks, like online, like people who watch our videos, like we're constantly meeting new friends.
I like that you're just eating your chicken.
I know. Lunch with Sarah, everyone.
I was going to say, like, a big thing about this community that makes it so unique and so special is the overwhelming optimism and positivity. That's one thing that I feel whenever we go to the parks or to cons, someone comes up and like, oh, what's your YouTube channel? It's like immediate acceptance because you know that you're both nerds for Disney, so barriers are broken, you know what I mean? And it's just like super, super supportive, and everybody's looking, how do you like my cosplay? How do you like my DisneyBound? And it's always positive. And that's one thing that differs from the general internet, which, as you guys know, can be pretty negative. So I feel really lucky because you can make friends. Everybody's already a friend. You like somebody, you're a friend.
And like, I'm from Toronto, Canada. Like, I don't live in California, but through the internet, like, I come down here, I've got couches to crash on, I've got friends to hang out with, and it's all because of the internet and the Disney community. So.
Note the priorities, though. There, she said, first, I've got couches to crash on. That's the first thing she did.
Because that's whose couch I'm crashing on.
All right, and what's the best thing the Disney fandom has given
This panel. And my girlfriend.
Everybody Everybody get barf bags out now.
Spaghetti and nudge meatballs at each other.
That's gross.
It's not hygienic, it's romantic.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
the best thing I think is just the music of Disney. Like that. That's like the soundtrack of my childhood, and now I can associate so many things. I can associate so many great, incredible memories with my childhood because of the music of like Alan Menken and Tim Rice and these geniuses who are hopefully going to continue writing for features. If we can get out these new school Frozen guys.
Okay, hold on. I got something to say on that. I love the Lopez's. You can't be.
All right,
you can't be
they're
throwing
great.
shade
Yeah, no.
over here.
I prefer Book of Mormon, but I'll take it.
By the way, is anybody in here Frozen bounding and cosplaying? I'm so proud of you. One person was like, hey, ooh, never mind.
That person just ghosted out of the room.
Well, it's good. That's the same thing or two. Right?
Well, it's like, I guess, I can a couple things. Like, I think this goes for everyone up here. It's like dreams come true. Like things that you grow up, you want to work with Disney, you want to do all this stuff with Disney, and then we've kind of all created our own dreams and made them come true thanks to Disney. So, yeah.
Yeah, the opportunities that have opened up through this community and like creative content are like.
That I never thought would actually happen. You know, when you're just some kid, you never think that you're gonna be able to be up here in front of all you guys. That's really cool.
Yeah, I was. I've told the story before, but I had the opportunity to host some science education stuff for Disney for Big Hero 6 in Tomorrowland. But when I did the Big Hero 6 one, they actually took the video that I'd made and I was playing in Tomorrowland for like 2 months, and it was so cool to walk in and be like, oh my god, I'm part of the like legacy of this park. Even if nobody remembers this, I know that for 2 months I was part of it. But yeah, at first, but then through those months, I would have friends going, I don't come to Disneyland for 15 years. I walk in and I say, your stupid face. Like, you will remember forever.
It goes back to what Leslie was saying, though. It's not like Disney's coming to us and being like, let's do things. It's like us being like, we're going to make our own stuff and make our own dreams come true with Disney because it's something we all connect to and love and want to work towards. Yeah.
And it's really like full circle too, because Disney's all like, follow your dreams. It's like, okay. I'll take that.
We'll take your dreams, Disney.
Sweet. All right, let's go to individual questions. First question is for Leslie. How did you create the phenomenon that is DisneyBound?
So this is my same spiel that I say every time, so I'm sure you guys have heard it. But DisneyBounding began as a travel blog. And I hadn't been to Disney since I was a kid. My parents said, we're never going back. That we did it once, you're never going back there again. So when I was like 22, I was like, I have my own money and I can go. You can't tell me what to do with it. So then I started to create this travel blog, and it was just your like classic Disney fandom Tumblr blog. And then I started to create these outfits just based off of what Disney characters would wear if they were like modern day, like teenagers or 20-year-olds. And then, like, within 3 days, it was like 100 views. I was like, Mom, oh my God, like 100 views. And then I was on national television a couple weeks later, and it was like, it went viral, and it was just craziness. But yeah, that's how it kind of all came together. But I don't claim the whole character outfit thing. Like, you know, everyone owns that idea, but it's the blog that I made, so.
Well, I know that was like one of the things that you creating that and brought Sarah and I a lot closer, so you gave something to all this too, which is really cool.
Is anyone DisneyBounding right now?
Oh. I see a lot more costumes.
Pointing, yeah.
I love that shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
That's my favorite music shirt.
Hi, let's go.
All right. Next question is for Roger.
Oh boy.
You mostly do videos about gaming. What made you want to start making some Disney content, and how has that experience been?
So actually, the first video I ever did was a Disney video. So I did, the first video I ever did was a Let It Go cover. And this was like before everybody was singing Let It Go. This was like the first week Frozen came out. And I thought as a Christmas present it would be funny to like do a cover of the song for my parents. So I posted it up on YouTube, and then like 2 days later, it was on Playbill.com, and it was like the hot 5 male covers of Let It Go you should listen to. And I'm like, oh my God, that's freaking awesome. So I started putting it out, and I'm like, okay, well I guess I should do some more Disney stuff, but I couldn't really. I'm not as creative as like these guys, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start playing video games and just see if people like watching me play video games, and then that sort of like evolved into doing anime reviews, hence the baby outfit. And then I started doing reviews, like I said, of Once Upon a Time. And so from there, it all kind of naturally evolved, but I haven't left my Frozen roots. You know, no matter how many people up here are throwing shade at Frozen, I still love Frozen dearly. Can't wait for Frozen 2. And yeah, that's pretty much been it. I think my favorite thing though about being part of the Disney fandom is like finding other people to talk about Once Upon a Time with. I really do, because like, yeah. As a grown 25-year-old man, it's very difficult to find people to be like, hey, what did you think of like Evil Emma yesterday? I'm like, what did she do? You know, like, so yeah, exactly, right? So for me, I think that's been the most fun, is like experiencing Once Upon a Time live with everybody, and then, like I said, meeting these cool cats and like making friends for life. It's cool.
I gotta say, his Facebook is hilarious because he'll post something for once, and all the comments are just like, bro, you're a oncer.
Yeah.
And you have to say it in the deepest voice possible.
Bro, you're a oncer.
All right, next question. Next question is for Lil P. You've been lucky enough to live in Orlando for quite some time. Have you noticed a difference in the fandom between the East and West Coast?
Yeah, the reason why like I started getting into Disney is I went to college in Orlando, so I did the whole theme park game over there. Worked at Disney, Universal, SeaWorld. Okay, keep going. All the parks. After I graduated and moved out here, and obviously there's a big difference between the community over there, because Walt Disney World Orlando is more like a tourist location, and Disneyland's really like a local park. So all the like real big fandom over there is mainly cast members. Like a lot of the people who work at Walt Disney, especially cast members, are also huge Disney fans as well. So it's all CMs really over here, but over there. But here it's more than that. I mean, of course, cast members who are in love with Disney are classified working there, but then there's people like us who just love Disney. I mean, even I'm sure you guys know about annual passes and stuff. There's like, just in terms of selling, I think, I don't know, a couple million get sold in California for annual passes, and like Walt Disney World's like 500,000. So there's a big difference between APs here and APs there. So
yeah, you don't put your pitchforks away.
Yeah. Like Disneyland's just a lot more local and more like a family park, but it's different.
All right, and the next question is for Tiffany and Leslie. What have your experiences been creating your own Disney-inspired merchandise, and how do you think it's helped grow communities?
Oh, thank you. It's pretty amazing. I mean, the whole experience has been really kind of a whirlwind. Like, I can't believe where Who's It's and What's It's is right now. And it's because of you guys and because of the fandom that helps, like, perpetuate that brand. But I don't know, like, I don't know if you guys haven't seen any of the stuff that we do at Who's It's all very subtle, like, off-the-cuff Disney things. Like,
how many people are wearing this?
for example.
I see a couple.
So I do like Seven Dwarfs of Moon shirts, and this says like, "Hi, let's go." So when you do like you do these things, so it's all these things that are really made for kind of Disney nerds. Like you're not gonna get a lot of the references unless you really are into that movie.
But you could wear
and
it.
Then, yeah, but you can wear it, and you can like express your fandom like subtly, and then everyone that knows it, you know, like you're in the same family. Like if you get that reference, like we're kindred spirits. So it's been cool to see that connection like with fans, and especially like the super fans like in this whole community. It's pretty rad.
And I don't know the same thing, if you find the same thing, but when I started working with Cakeworthy, which is Cakeworthy on Instagram, going into a Disney park, I find that there's two markets and then there's a market miss. You're either a toddler, well not just a toddler, but you're a kid, and you know there's lots of stuff for you. Or there's what I call dad shirts, which are like the 50-year-old man dad shirts with a plaid and Mickey Mouse on it, or like just like throw sequins. I love sequins. There's nothing wrong with sequins, but just like throw sequins on a shirt and call it a princess shirt. Like there's so much more. Right, there's so much more that can, and like the market for the teens and the 20-year-olds, it wasn't being touched a couple years ago. And now they're starting to try, but we've also been trying now for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. I mean, like I don't necessarily want to have like when I go into Disneyland or the Disney store, like my option as a grown woman for an Ariel shirt is like Ariel's face on a shirt.
Yeah.
Classic Tyler.
Yeah, it's cool to like offer up those different things and that you guys like actually want that, which is awesome.
Yeah, so thank you.
Yeah.
All right, next question is for Leo. Have you found that the Disney cosplay community is different from the larger cosplay community as a whole?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of this thing where every square is a rectangle, but not every rectangle is a square. You know what I mean? So like, people that just cosplay will occasionally be Disney characters, but people that cosplay Disney like only cosplay Disney. And I find that overall, like I was saying earlier, it's just a much more positive vibe. Everybody's very supportive. I don't know, there's just less of a sort of diva attitude. I mean, I'm not saying that all cosplayers have that, but there is a like it seems like an ongoing competition with cosplay now. Who can do the better prop and who can make the best costume in the Disney community? It's more like I'm just doing this, and it's amazing. And I also find that when I cosplay as a non-Disney character, the enthusiasm is certainly lower. Everyone's like, no, Prince Eric! Sorry, I was negative today, I apologize. But then I also find that when it comes to like events and stuff like that, you go to cosplay and like I was writing on the legs and she's like, I don't know who any of these people are dressed as. But then we're like, Hercules! You know? There's like a level of familiarity there that doesn't always sort of transcend the general populace, but with Disney, there's this immediate connection. And I also find that there's just more like Disney-related events where it's more popular. Where cosplay, it's like you have to go to a con like Comikaze or Anime Expo, but Disney is just like everywhere. Everything counts, and you can run into an Ariel. Literally, Eric is like the default boyfriend costume. It's like jeans, a white shirt, and like a red belt doesn't fit. You know. So yeah, I generally feel it's just more of an accepting vibe. It's just a more casual atmosphere, and I really dig it.
I will say though, your Team Star Fox cosplay?
Oh, yeah, on point.
If you guys have not seen their Team Star Fox cosplay, it is out of this world.
It's so weird because I'll post it, like people like I know who like the sub fans of like when they cross over to Nintendo, they're like, yo, that Star Fox. Never give me props on hook though.
Sarah, you're next. Why do you think YouTube is such an active place for Disney fans?
Something I haven't thought about. So I think this touches on a lot of different things we've been talking about, like with clothing or with cosplay or with anything. It's just everybody, even if they're not a Disney fan, has a connection to Disney. Like you can't escape it, which is great. But everybody grew up with Disney movies. Everybody like grew up with these characters in our lives. So even if it's not something that we follow every day, it's something that literally nearly everybody loves in some way. And so making content that revolves around those characters in those movies is going to appeal to people no matter what, which is isn't easy. It's not easy, sorry. But I don't know what I'm saying. It's just, it's fun because you can't miss, really. It's like someone's going to be like, even if it's like Pete's Dragon is like one of my favorite movies. Like, everyone's like, what? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, no one really cares, but like someone who's like, woo, Elliot, like someone out there like grew up with.
Excited about the remake?
I think it's weird that he's not going to be green.
What?
He's like also like furry and not scaly. Yeah, I'm like excited. I mean, like whatever. I'm excited for a modern day retelling or kind of just a different retelling of it because it's kind of a weird movie if you go back and watch it. But what I mean is just like no matter what you talk about, you can talk about the Renaissance that everybody loves. You can talk about that one obscure Disney movie that you love, like the Apple Dumpling Gang. And there's people out there who are going to be excited about that. But just generally, like everybody loves Disney. Talking about it, you will resonate with a lot of people, even if you think they're not out there. They really, really are.
Yeah, I think some of the crazy things is we'll just make like really fun videos in the park, and there's a lot of people in the UK or something who just like watch our videos and just like live through like we can't make it out there and we love watching your videos just because they like live through us. And I think that's really crazy that people just like look for us because the play in the parks is something they look forward to.
Yeah, also jumping on that train, it's different because when you are consuming Disney content, it has a very unique Disney voice. And I think being able to talk to, or at least listen to other people talk about it in a regular person, sort of like, I'm just a Disney fan, but they're not like, oh, you know? Something really appealing.
Really good Mickey impression. Yeah, if anyone else wants to answer, I feel like we all might have good things to say about that.
Anyone else have an answer for that?
Nope. Okay.
right, Brizzy, this is a hard question. Are you ready? Brizzy, it's a tough question. All right, voice acting is something pretty different from what everyone else on the panel does online. If you had the chance to go back and voice a famous Disney character, who would you choose?
It's tough because I want to say Nala, like that's my first answer, but then I would want people to cosplay as me, and she doesn't really get cosplay, so that's the bummer.
Have you been on DeviantArt?
So if it weren't Nala, probably Meg.
Can you do a Meg impression? Yeah. Oh, do a Meg impression.
Her kid's been a real slice.
Like, she's so funny.
Go watch the one with Aldy.
Your Pocahontas is like my favorite though. You're just such a good Pocahontas.
For Meg, maybe put my sunglasses back on.
All right, last but not least, we have John. You, like many large media sites like BuzzFeed, have created viral content using Disney characters and songs. What is it about Disney that has the potential to appeal to such massive amounts of viewers?
And by massive, we mean like 55 million views on that video.
Y'all. It's my mom. Yeah, what is it about Disney that makes it so appealing to everybody? Well, I think it's because it permeates through our society, not only as like when you're a kid. It's like you could wear a Simba outfit when you're an infant, and then you grow up and then you're like 10 or 12 and then you're suddenly dressed up as a princess, well, me, during Halloween, and then you get to 18 and you go to the parks, and then you start making YouTube videos. So it's like Disney is a part of your life throughout your life. They've banked on, not just banked, but banked on having it be a part of your life throughout your life, which is really, I think it's mass appeal. It's this overwhelming optimism that you can always go to, rather than watching the news, seeing what ISIS is up to. It's just a nice alternative to existing in a world that is sometimes a little hard to deal with. It's more fun to cosplay and to watch Hocus Pocus. I don't know.
Hocus Pocus. That was a good answer.
Very great answers. That was the last question. So before we do questions for you guys, start thinking about what you want to ask. We're going to do trivia, and some prizes are up. So start thinking about what questions you want to ask, but keep your minds ready for
Quickly raise your hand.
Cool.
Cool. Or pulling up the questions, sorry. Okay, I have some stuff for from BrizzyVoices, which is fun. Does anyone subscribe to Thingamavlogs?
Yeah, of course you can.
Some people? We just have Thingamavlog beanies. They're not available yet, but we have one here. Aldy, do you want to help watch our hands? I don't know how crazy this is going to be.
Aldy, you're the judge.
I'll try.
But to win this beanie before anyone else can get it.
Super good for DisneyBound and Goofy.
Yeah. Spin it around.
Just putting it out there. It's enticing.
So, what color belongs to each of the Thingamavloggers?
Oh, right there.
Dang.
Patrick is green, Sarah is yellow, Tiff is purple, Leo is red, and Jess is blue.
Yeah!
That was like he didn't hesitate like.
Yes!
Okay.
What's next?
Neverland beanie?
Neverland.
Oh, she's like dying already. Okay. I don't know. There's any Frozen fans out there. How many brothers does Hans have?
11?
Nope.
No.
Oh.
I don't know who's next. I wasn't looking.
Oh, I saw her first, but I don't know who's next.
I feel like it was a snack one.
I think it was Cora back there.
I was gonna say, she's like,
Yes.
She summoned the powerful wind and just.
Congrats. Flame Candle. By the way, all of this stuff is at the Who's It's and What's It's booth. That's 1455, where we will be hanging out if you guys want to meet Thingamavloggers or you want to say hi and talk to you guys at 2:30.
15.
What did I say?
45, you got it.
Ignore that, it's 1545. Thanks everyone else that's been there. Look up and you'll see like row 1500 and then walk down the letters until Y and you're right there. So all this stuff is there. Black Flame Candle.
Only virgins can raise their hands.
So who voiced Zachary Binks?
Hey.
Back corner.
No.
So a hint, he also voiced Max Goose.
Minnie was next.
Minnie's next.
Minnie. Yeah.
Jason Marsden, yeah. Yay! Okay, two more, we'll go real fast.
No, you don't know.
7-row shirt that you guys saw online. Also, if you do win something and it's not your size, come to the booth and we'll change it for one that you size that you want. Who is the voice that you hear in California screaming in DCA?
It was
the orange shirt. Yes! NPH, Neil Patrick Harris.
I made you.
Congrats.
How do you make your sword? Tiff, you should definitely do Who's the Voice in Soren. Because, like, I didn't even know that until we were there the first time. That's a good one.
I will, I'll do another one.
You got it.
This is my last thing, you guys.
Last one.
This we just made and released at
Everybody
just
went,
dropped.
Just drop.
Like, second start right, it's fun. It's brand new, not available online for a couple more weeks. Who can name all of the Lost Boys?
Right there.
Slightly, Nibs, the twins, and Cubby.
And?
Peter Pan.
No. Words.
Toodles.
Yes! Yeah, so if you guys want to check out any of this other stuff and hang out with us, please come down 1545. Who's It's and What's It's, check it out. It's cool. You guys are awesome.
You'll be hooked.
All right. Does anyone have questions for any of us? Right over there.
It's like
I have a question actually for everybody.
Yes.
Think back to when you go to the park every single time and you're going around and you find yourself thinking, God, if they only did this or if they only did that. What would be the type of improvement you would like to see that's reasonable and cost efficient, that it might include technology or not, that you'd like to see implemented to help the experience be better than it is currently?
Right, so the question was, every time you go to the parks, what's something that you feel they could add, make it better, enhance the experience, and so on?
Besides doubling the number of female bathrooms.
Okay. That was number one answer. Number two, for me, 100% every single time, in Disney California Adventure.
Oh my gosh.
This is my biggest pet peeve. I just want to fix this. When you're walking in, the floor in the afternoon is incredibly reflective. For some reason, it's like a glossy, and the sun bounces off of it. And if you're walking into the park, impossible to see, and it will melt you. It will be made of wax, and you will literally melt into a puddle. And I just need some shade. That's all. You can keep drawing in another country. That's fine. Like, I just need a little bit of shade in DCA. That's it.
Mine's, I just want to jump on that really quick. Mine's something that's kind of like in the spirit of the season right now too, which is that I just for the first time like 2 weeks ago tried the Haunted Mansion when it's Nightmare Before Christmas theme. It's amazing, and it blows my mind now that Nightmare Before Christmas is so popular that we don't have an actual Nightmare Before Christmas ride year long. So that's something I would really want, is some type of investment in like some Nightmare Before Christmas ride that isn't just at Halloween and Christmas.
I'll talk to him.
I'm gonna be super controversial and say I loved my Magic Band in Walt
knew
Disney
she was
World.
gonna say that.
These guys have been harping on me for so long, but like I'm not disagreeing, Sarah, but I really I hated on the Magic Band like so much, and then I had it, and I'm like, oh look at that, that's cool. It's a really good photo pass.
Thingamavlogs is breaking up after.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We all said practical answers. We're like, well, really. Tomorrowland is like a constant like issue, just because like how do you keep something like
tomorrow, like for so long. Like it's still how it looks in like 1995. But they need to do something.
I want there to be like a Marvel like section. Like I want Disney to really encompass. I want like rides and like a whole like Marvel Land. I want Marvel Land, and I want actually what I really want is Interventions to be Stark Expo.
Yeah. We need to snap mics up.
Mic drop right there.
I'm not going to name any names. There's actually something that I just don't want changed. There's a little venue called the Hyperion Theater. And that thing is leaving, which I do not want to happen at all. But I'll just leave it at that. Or else I'll start crying.
I think the parks really need more of a Lion King presence. How long was every Disney movie that came out and everyone's like, the best Disney movie since The Lion King? Like, Lion King is one of the quintessential Disney classics. And like, all we have is what, a Simba float in the parade?
But also Lion King is just Africa, so it's like, now it's Africa.
I don't know if it's too emotional or dark, but maybe like a wildebeest stampede ride. Or
I could put Festival of the Lion King in the Aladdin's Oasis area that nobody uses.
I was just gonna say for the waiting area for the wildebeest ride, how amazing would it be is you look up in like this covered thing of the stars and just see Simba.
The lion.
But then there's also just the option of a third gate.
Yes. Third park.
It's third park, sorry.
Westcott.
Westcott.
Oh, the guy. There's a guy in the back. You've had your hand up the whole time.
Yeah.
You're,
This is a question for all niners. Have you seen
8.
Treasure Planet?
Yes!
That's a question. Joseph
Probably
Green
like 10 years old.
I don't remember it.
Nice question. That was the question, right?
Love it.
Yeah. The Fellowship of the Mouse.
Why did
Joker.
I don't know.
How do you feel about Star Wars Land?
I love the barbecue, and they're taking it out, right?
Yeah.
I
They're
love
like
the
closing
barbecue.
down.
There's a lot of things that are going
But I
on.
like Star Wars, but I like my barbecue.
I'm excited for Star Wars Land. I think it's weird that it's going in Disneyland and not DCA because there are no property-themed lands in Disneyland.
Yeah, but
whereas
there's
at
no
DCA,
property.
there's Bus Land and Cars Land and other singular property areas, and it seems like a weird choice to put in Disneyland, but I am excited nonetheless.
But the thing is, they don't have an option. Like, there's not literally, there's no space in Anaheim for it to be anywhere else. So.
There would be a
Would you rather have Star Wars Land in Disneyland or not have Star Wars Land? Listen, our meetup just turned into a Royal Rumble.
I'm totally with Leslie. Like, I love Star Wars Land. I love the idea, but I love me some barbecue too. Like, I think they should keep the
Save the
barbecue.
barbecue.
Keep that, put it
Save
somewhere
it.
else in the park, and still give me my Star Wars Land. I will be happy. Save the barbecue. Let's talk. Can we start that right now?
Save the
Everybody on your
barbecue.
phone, if you have Twitter, type out right now @StanLeeKamikaze and include the official Disney tag #Save the Barbecue.
It's wrong. Join the dark side.
Totally forgetting about the fact that we're also not gonna have the goats anymore.
They exist in Star Wars Universe.
You did that at the barbecue, right?
Where's
So how do you guys feel about like you went to the Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Tea Party area when that was there, right?
Yep.
So that was super cool. I really liked that. Now they put I don't know if they've already put it in the Frozen Land.
Matthew's back.
Matthew's back.
Matthew's back.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You're welcome.
It did not last very long.
We agree with you.
Yes.
So does Disneyland. That's cool. By the way, that's a really good example of how like voicing your opinion online can actually influence the changes because it was going to be gown.
Everyone was like, Frozen.
And they're like, Frozen, stop hitting sticks on the ground, bring back Mad Tea. And they did.
But electronica, though.
All right, electronica. Mad Tea. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
So I got a question for everyone. I'm not as a huge Disney fan as you guys. I'm more like a casual. I love it as well. You guys have probably ridden every ride and some.
I'm afraid of roller coasters.
Oh, okay. In Disneyland and DCA. My question is, when I went last time, like 2 months ago, I'm talking about it was closing time, and there was still a 2-hour wait for Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Why do you like it? I've never, I'm not gonna wait 2 hours at the end. You know what I mean? I was wondering why the line is so long over every ride.
Have you ridden Peter Pan at all?
In Orlando.
Okay.
Sorry. My bad. So I don't know. I'm asking.
When did you go on Peter Pan last? Did you have gone since
February of this year.
So it recently reopened and
Okay.
it was refurbished.
Okay.
So it was closed forever.
Okay.
So that's why like now
Okay.
it has such a long line.
It was long.
It's always
It is always long. It's the best ride in Fantasyland.
It's so
Okay. All right.
You fly in a pirate ship, dude. Like, you're not gonna wait 2 hours for that? Just watch Thingamavlogs while you're in line.
All right. Thank you.
I don't know.
I was like, wait, am I ready? So I am a huge Disney fan, even though no one at my school is.
Transfer now.
Transfer.
If you could choose one non-human Disney best friend, who would you
Dodgers.
choose?
Easy.
He chose Dodger from Auburn.
Robin Hood.
Nice.
And I would date him.
Robin.
I want to remind Tiffany it's not that type of convention.
Don't act like nobody in this room had a crush on Robin Hood when they were.
Pegasus, 100%. Yeah.
My answer is probably pretty mean, but I want to. Well, zero probably zero because you like taking the fact that Zero is alive. I would say Zero if Never Before Christmas, but you know if Zero doesn't count, I'm gonna say Pumbaa and I'm gonna cook him.
Save the barbecue.
I would probably say Timon would be my best friend.
It's gonna be really lonely in a little bit.
He's my best friend soon. Save the barbecue.
I love Wally. I'm on Robots and people too.
I go for like cuteness factor. Like I remember watching Fox and the Hound when I was little, and being like so pissed that I couldn't raise a baby fox. This lady gets a baby fox. Like so, Todd or Dumbo?
I'd say Pascal. I love Pascal.
I want to be best friends with random ones.
Superman.
Alright. So how excited are you guys for the new Princess coming out next year, right?
So, if you guys haven't seen any of the footage that they showed from Moana, like they showed a little bit at D23, and if you didn't cry during that, it's gonna be so good. If you guys don't know, it's the same directors and producers from Little Mermaid and Aladdin, and like Dwayne The Rock Johnson is in it. It's gonna be amazing. Amazing.
One of the songwriters for that too is the songwriter for Hamilton that's on Broadway right now. Ah, right on.
Hamilton.
Yeah. So he's doing some of the music for Moana, and so that right there gets me so excited for the film.
Steven.
Okay. So I'm sure you guys all remember when they did the Long Lost Friends thing at Disney and all that. Okay. If there is any one character that they do not have in the parks here in America, I don't know who they have in other countries, here in America, if there is any one character that they don't have, who would you put?
And also not in Long Lost Friends, or including?
Including.
Pink. I loved meeting Pink. That was awesome.
I went to Disneyland Paris and found out after the fact they have a Cheshire cat you can meet. And this photo, like Google him, he looks cool. I'll be right in.
In Tokyo, you can meet Max from Little Mermaid, and he's like on all fours, and he like runs around like a dog, and I think we need that over here.
I just met him at Disney World. It was amazing. I'm really good friends with Max from Voyage of Little Mermaid and Disney World. We hung out the other day.
I just want the chef from Ratatouille.
Hello. I would love to, the organ from Belle's Enchanted Christmas or whatever. Oh my God. Tim Curry voiced organ inside of like a meet and greet area would be amazing. Forte, right? Forte's his name.
I don't know if you guys know about this, but in Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, they used to have a trash can called Push. And I think a Wally walk around would be.
You know who I want from Disney World is Gaston, please.
Yes.
He's the best.
We have 5 minutes left. Let's go with tie-dye in the back.
Excited for Zootopia?
Yes!
I was having slots.
Yes.
The best.
Speed round question.
Speed round.
Ooh,
Speed round.
okay.
Speed round.
Red shirt over there.
This question is for Roger. Have you seen any have you seen that Ichiro Oda, the author of One Piece, has been inspired by Disney in any ways?
I did. I actually just recently read that interview. So Oda is the guy who writes the series that I'm dressed as a character from. By the way, Nakama, my friend over there, I feel you. So yeah, I love the fact that Oda was inspired by Disney, and I think that's probably why I like One Piece so much, is because I could see so much of Disney and like sort of his inspirations in it. So yeah, I can't wait. And the arc we're about to go into, the Zoe arc, I don't know if there's any other One Piece fans out here, but that is an exciting arc. Hey, all right.
I love your cosplay, Senor King.
Hey, thank you. I'm so hard-boiled, so.
Esmeralda.
Okay. So my question is for Thingamavlogs. I want to know, how do you get the idea for your theme for each week?
It's a little, I don't know, we like brainstorm a lot.
We
and
literally just have, like, Google Hangs.
Like, but yeah, we do have Google Hangs.
We sit on a couch and we go, you guys want to do like one match
Mine's super far in advance. Like we like at least a month worth of themes at a time, just so we don't have to do it like weekly. We just are like, okay, and we like to look at maybe what's happening at that time. Like, oh, this is happening, so we should do a whole week of like
Topical.
this theme. And
But also like from the comment sections, like we get really good ideas. People are like, you should do it. Potato week. We're like, okay. This is my favorite thing.
But yeah, we all just get together and plan them out real far in advance.
Yeah, like when Star Wars overlay drops an hour Tomorrowland, like there'll probably be a week about that.
Yep.
Same current.
Don't be surprised.
So to defend myself on the Frozen question, I couldn't remember if he was one of 12 or if there were like 11 brothers, you know?
Got you.
But I have a question. So what kind of life story is your favorite? Like the tale of a person, whether it's growing up or losing something, whatever, of any Disney movie, do you think is like your favorite? Like the coolest kind of growth of a character, I guess I would say.
Peter Pan. I refuse to grow up.
His favorite growth is a character that doesn't grow. There's the one about the girl who just throws her family on the wayside, teaches her voice, and chases a boy because she thinks he's pretty.
I'm all about Giselle
Am I
and
right?
Enchanted. She lives in this like super fairy tale world, and it gets like super real, and she becomes like the perfect person.
I also love Disney in New York. That's also funny. Enchanted.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is kind of cheating, but I think my answer is actually going to be Arlo from The Good Dinosaur. So I don't know if any of you guys are excited for that, but I was extremely fortunate enough to see a screener, and that's all I can say, obviously. But I love that movie, and I think you guys are going to love it too.
What the heck?
You've seen it? What?
This
So-
is now the Good Dinosaur panel.
And he loves those faces.
Get out of here!
Like Carl from.
So sad.
How much time do we have?
All right. We probably can do like 2 minutes.
Cat one.
You know what? There's
Pick that one.
nothing going on that says
Nice. We can like talk forever. Wait,
Say one more time, sorry.
What would be your favorite Disney movie? I feel like I can guess, or a few of you like Frozen
Try.
movie or like.
like what is our favorite Disney movie?
Yeah.
You want to go down the line? Hercules.
Yeah! I used to like wait for cheering after every movie. A Goofy movie.
Aladdin.
Enchanted.
Pocahontas.
Coco.
Emperor's New Groove.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mulan.
I lost.
Black Hole was not black. Well, you were wearing black, so I don't know.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
part I love about Disneyland the most is like, you know, the history behind it. You can walk around and be like, oh, that's Club 33. No one can go in there. That's well, I'll get to that. That's the, you know, that's the light in Walt Disney's room. If Disney came up to you guys and was like, you can go anywhere in the park just once, somewhere that's not open to the public, what would you guys choose? And have you guys ever heard of Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah.
I want to sleep in the Dream Suite.
Yeah, that's my only answer too. I want to sleep in the Dream Suite too, but let me just plug the Disney College program for a second. Okay, it's an internship you can do, well, you work at Disneyland while you're in college, but you get to do all that stuff when you're in the college program. You get to go in Walt's apartment, you get to go in the Dream Suite, you get to go in Club 33. So do the Disney College program, and I would also like to sleep in the Dream Suite.
I want to go in Disneyland is the Matterhorn baseball court.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's basketball.
Guys, I don't know who I am anymore.
I wanna just like play in the piles of gold on Pirates of the Caribbean. like Scrooge McDuck. Yeah.
I think I want to take my girlfriend and go waltzing in the Haunted Mansion.
Very spoopy answer.
I would have to say that I want to be launched from the roof of Fantasmic where Social Media comes out. That's my dream. I go purple hair in the back.
Why do you think Tokyo Disney has better merch and food than Disney?
So Tokyo Disney, if you guys don't know, fun fact, is not like technically, it's not a Disney-owned park. It is like someone else pays basically the license to have a Disney park in Tokyo.
Oh, wow.
So it's not under the same Disney umbrella. That's why there's so much different merchandise and food and everything. That's why it's done so differently. And I think our food in Disneyland is better than Tokyo. Sorry.
I've been a bad person, but like one more question.
One more question.
Right here. Okay, you know how that guy mentioned Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask this real quick. If you guys wanted any Disney movie, TV series, or anything, which one do you guys want to see in Kingdom Hearts?
Frozen. Arendelle in Kingdom Hearts right now. I will take my check away. I will throw it at Tetsuya Nomura. Yes. Arendelle in Kingdom Hearts.
Darkwing Duck.
It's dangerous.
I've never played a video game.
I also don't like you.
Yeah.
Ryland's Imagination.
Whoa.
Good night.
Party in it or no?
Prom
needs to be in it.
Cool.
That place in The Incredibles when there's superheroes.
No. Oh, yeah. We're
Oh,
snapping? Are we
stand us up?
Yeah. That's what I did earlier too.
And that was your last question. So where can you find us after this panel?
If you guys want to come hang out at the meetup?
I'll be there.
Come by,
Oh my,
Michelle.
this is gonna get
Everybody's
intense.
welcome.
So if you guys want to come hang out with us, the Who's It's What's It's booth, 1545, and yeah, come say hi, and we want to.
You must purchase t-shirt for entry.
That'd be so cool. But yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out, waiting out.
Follow for follow.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
I'm making this back to you now. I don't know how to stop it, so.
How do you stop it, Aldy?